You know, Sugar, I've gone up against sentinels, supervillains, people trying to wipe mutants off the face of the earth, and somehow family still leaves the deepest scars. Mystique took me in when I was young. I needed somebody, a home, a place where I belonged. For a while, I thought that meant I owed her everything. But love gets complicated when somebody keeps telling you who you ought to be.
I had almost the opposite problem. Raven left when I was a baby, so I grew up with this huge empty space where she should have been. And when you're a kid, you fill that space yourself. Maybe she had a reason. Maybe she was protecting me. Maybe there was some heroic explanation nobody had told me yet. I wanted answers so badly that I once dragged RWBY into danger looking for her. Then I finally met Raven. And the hardest part wasn't discovering some terrible secret. It was realizing she really had chosen to leave.
Sometimes I wonder which is worse. When somebody leaves, you can spend years imagining who they might have been. When somebody stays, you can spend years making excuses for who they actually are. Mystique loved me. I believe that. But she could manipulate me too, use my anger, convince me that what she wanted was what I wanted. Somebody loving you doesn't mean everything they do is right.
Raven cared too, in her own way. At least, I think she did. But she was terrified of relying on anyone. Her whole philosophy was survival, strength. Don't trust people too much because eventually they'll disappoint you. After Beacon fell, after Adam took my arm, I understood that fear more than I wanted to. But eventually I realized Raven wasn't strong because she didn't need anyone. She was scared, and she built her whole life around never admitting it.
I know that kind of fear. You get hurt enough and mistrust starts feeling like wisdom. You tell yourself nobody can betray you if you never depend on them. Mystique taught me plenty about surviving, but survival ain't the same as living. Eventually, you gotta ask whether you're following their lessons because they're right, or because some part of you still wants their approval.
That's what I had to let go of. For so long, Raven mattered because she left. Meanwhile, Dad stayed. Uncle Crow stayed. RWBY stayed. I was so focused on the person who abandoned me that I didn't always appreciate the people who chose me. And when I finally stood across from Raven, I realized I didn't need to beat her. I just needed to know I wasn't going to become her.
That might be the best answer either of us gets. I used to think healing meant reaching some point where none of it hurt anymore. Now I think it means stopping yourself from carrying somebody else's choices like they prove there's something wrong with you. Mystique's mistakes belong to Mystique. They don't have to become Rogue's destiny.
Same with Raven. Breaking the cycle doesn't mean pretending she never affected me. She did. I have her temper, her stubbornness. Sometimes I understand the instinct to run when things get overwhelming. But I can feel that instinct and still choose differently. I can stay. I can be there for RWBY. I can trust Blake even though trusting someone means they can hurt you. Maybe that's how you prove someone like Raven wrong. Not by defeating them, by refusing to live the way they did.
Exactly. Our mothers gave us baggage, Sugar. Anger, fear, questions we may never get answers to. Maybe even that little voice saying, don't trust anybody, don't get too close. But they don't get the final say. Every time you have a reason to run and choose to stay, that's you writing your own story.
So what you're saying is, we really do have the same mommy issues.
I was trying to make it sound more dignified than that.
Powerful generational trauma?
Better.
We should start a support group.
With our mothers?
Absolutely not. Raven carries a sword.
Mystique can look like anybody in the room.
Just the two of us then.
Now that sounds survivable.